The nice thing is Alan always gets me involved early on in the process, so he sends me scripts so that I can read it and get a feel for the vibe of the film, and was able to really start sketching out some ideas and get some kind of creepy sounds going on. So these are a couple of the early sketches that I did before seeing any footage, before really knowing what it was going to look like or sound like, just throwing ideas at the wall. And so this is the one that I called Walmart Bernard Herrmann. Early on in the process, before I really had any idea what any of this was going to be, I grabbed this guy right here, this cello, without having any idea how to play it, and just recorded myself making random noises, random sounds, and just kind of recorded them all in this big session, divided them up. So like, it's all weird stuff. So it's like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's painful. Like bends, just kind of changing notes a little bit. Just trying to get weird. I use this a lot of places. Use this one a lot. This is the cello that I recorded, and what I did was I split it all up. Had to, pitch correct a lot of it to make it in tune. Added some effects to it. So this is what it sounds like dry. Kind of gross. And then with effects on it. I grabbed those and put those all throughout the score, which is really, really useful. But before I actually saw any footage, I was coming up with some just basic ideas. A couple of them which weren't very good, but I can open up that session right now, take a look at those. Like I think the thing with this one was that it was cool, but it wasn't the right movie. It wasn't Moonstruck. Didn't quite feel right. Something about that sound was working, so took that, played with it a little bit more. This is what the initial sketch of the actual theme sounded like. It was a little less classic Hollywood, more just kind of screechy, but that was the initial idea that I came up with. Oh, this part. This is another one that was cool, but it wasn't Moonstruck. But that was just based off, like I took some boulder sound, like sounds of an actual boulder. That's what that is. The main theme that we ended up actually using, that was the only one that I took and used in the actual film. But the other ideas were kind of necessary to kind of figure out what doesn't work also, which is really useful. Sometimes that's just a frustrating part of the process, is coming up with ideas, and even if they're good, they may not be right for the film, they may not be right for the project, but sometimes you just got to get those ideas out of the way so you can figure out what does work.
This is quite a bit different from the first sketch that you sent me, which was good, but I had notes on it.
Yeah.
I sent you the notes, and then basically you came back with this. It's not like we went through a bunch of iterations. It was like, well, I guess we're done now. Really, once I saw the first cut of the film, that's when I was really able to just get my mental space into the right frame of reference for horror. This is the first cue of the film. Trying to capture the right emotion. This whole shot right here is just like this slow pan where Alan just gave me all the room, all the space in the world to really write something here. As soon as I saw that, and I knew that there was going to be a little bit of time for an overture, basically, that's when I was like, oh, now I know what I want to do, and really was able to like hone in. Well, and that's when I first like walked through the short. I sent the script to Paul, the DP, and then I was like walking him through my shot list, and it's all one big thing. And he's like, that's gonna be really slow and boring. I'm like, nuh-uh. Caleb's gonna make sure that it's not boring. We did 8 takes of it. Oh yeah. Because I kept going, okay, slower. Okay, okay, do it again slower, do it again slower. And then on the 8th take, we were just running out of time, and I was like, this is a slow enough, smooth enough shot. I know I can slow it down. It slowed down almost 50%
really?
in post. We slowed it so, because I was just like, more.
It looks great. It looks smooth.
I need more music.
This whole cue is a good example of having the beginning be really thematic and melodic, and then in the middle of it, it's more atmospheric. It's more just setting the emotion. It's not trying to draw attention to itself, really. It's just trying to, you know, bring out the idea that something's going on. It's a little weird. Just kind of some weird sounds. Synthetic melody. Sometimes it's just a balancing act of figuring out when to really let the score sing and when to step back and just enhance the emotion of what's going on without people noticing the score itself. That's what a lot of it was combining sounds like something I've already got in the computer as a sample, and then recording something on the cello, just to add a little bit more realism, a little more uniqueness, a little depth to it. Trying just to create something custom and interesting. I don't know why. I really like that moment right there of just those strings playing that. And then the transition into like some movement, a little bit of hope, but you know, this is the I've got a plan music right here. And it's basically just a string quartet right there playing that. Just playing that little, the first 2 notes of the theme in sort of this like hopeless desperation, and then going big. Having live musicians made a massive difference on that section right there, because playing that with samples just doesn't sound amazing. So getting live musicians on that, just like, you can't get that emotion without the real thing. To me, that gave it that really big like Hollywood sound that I was really going for.
So this is my first time running a session like this, because I've had my music recorded many times by individual players, soloists, full orchestras, but this is my first time setting it all up and doing it from start to finish with the music that I've written, conducting the session, working with the players. It's exciting. It's really, really fun, and all the players here were incredible. Took a great team to put it together and made it come together really, really well.
I may have teared up. That might have happened.
I'd be offended if you didn't, I think.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to cut to footage of me tearing up. This is your first time conducting an orchestra, my friend.
Yeah.
Were you having fun? It looked like you were having fun.
I was having fun. My worst grade in all of college was my conducting class.
That's it, we're done. That's the last of it. That's it.
Really?
Legitimately the absolute worst grade I ever got. I showed him.
Now look who's doing this for a living. Yeah, this is my first anything, commercial, movie, anything that we've recorded a live orchestra for. I mean, you've scored most of my stuff since you weren't a teenager anymore. Yeah, just especially the overture at the end. Like, dude, I was just like, this is my dream. This is what I want out of life, is to just do this all day. Thank you for an amazing score and for putting all of this together.
You're welcome, and thank you for asking me to.
I just can't wait. I can't wait for people to see it and hear the score and just like get destroyed. Like, it's gonna be so
tug at those
much
heartstrings.
fun.
Thank you to all the backers for this, because we wouldn't have been able to record live musicians. We wouldn't be here right now doing this today. So thank you. It's really, really, it means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Alan, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you.